Howdy, my name is JD Foster and I'm a civil litigation attorney in Ellis County, Texas. I would like to discuss my approach to family law cases. Before I get started discussing any of the myriad types of family law issues such as divorce, suits affecting parent-child relationships, suits to modify parent-child relationships, child support cases, enforcement actions, and the like, I want to acknowledge that these cases are often some of the most contentious cases out there. They often involve issues that are close to us, such as our businesses, relationships, kids, and even our family. I work very hard to keep the often deep-seated emotional issues in play in these cases in mind at all times, and I fully understand how difficult these cases can be. With that in mind, I strive to maintain a common-sense approach to each of these cases. That is to say that I sit down with each and every client at the beginning of the case and we talk about not only what we want to have happen or what we can live with, but what we can actually live well with over the long term. Too often, divorce cases or suits affecting parent-child relationship are either settled or resolved in the courtroom in a manner that all but guarantees that the parents are going to be back in a year to 3 years, sometimes a little longer, sometimes a little less, depending on the situation, because the resolution did not actually address the source of the conflict. To that end, these conversations that I have are designed not simply to identify the points of friction, but where the points of friction come from and what types of solutions may be available to achieve something where both parents can co-parent, or perhaps one party can part with some of the property and the other party can part with some other aspect of the property and be able to continue living without feeling the need to create constant and ongoing friction and fighting in the long term. That's what I mean by a common sense approach. Not merely what's going to get the case done, but what can you live with in the long term? What's going to mean that we're not going to be back to court in the next 5 years spending more money on attorneys and stressing ourselves out further on these very same emotional and difficult issues. If we don't approach these cases with that kind of a common sense approach, you guarantee often a lifetime of disputes. In family law, more than any other type of law, is rife with opportunities for disputes. We see it every day in the sheer number of cases that are filed in our family law courts. In fact, short of criminal cases, family law cases are the cases filed most frequently in most American jurisdictions. That only reinforces how important it is to take a common sense approach. And if you're interested in finding that long-term solution, I really would encourage you to contact our office at 972-937-1616 or to visit our website at elliscountylegal.com.